A kingdom of balance, harmony, and survival. A kingdom we enter to share in the wonder, gaze at the beauty, thrill at the drama, and learn.
What's going on, Zach Pack? Welcome back, and if you're new here, a big hello to you. Today's video, as you can tell from the dedication at the beginning, we are looking at the history of Animal Kingdom. Now, there is quite a bit to go through. I want to go through the history of it, where it came from, the inspiration from it, and looking at the parts that didn't make it to the park, and all the other unbuilt areas, all the areas that are non-existent anymore. Same as with every other history lesson, I'll leave it in the top right for you, and you can go check out the other ones throughout this video. Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach have been the ones. I'll leave a couple of other history lessons that I've done as well throughout this video as well. But before I start this video, I want to say just one thing. I am starting a podcast very soon, I'm thinking towards the end of April. So if you are interested in that, you can message me on social media with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll leave my Snapchat down below in case you use that. I do want to start a podcast talking all things Disney, things that don't quite get into the movie, into the things, and things I want to talk expressively more on, and gaming as well. You know, things that I want to see in the future with gaming and Disney and history and things like that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, please feel free. And it's not set up yet. I've got the page set up kind of, but close to the time I will be leaving it in the links below and stuff like that, but that'll come close to the time when it's done. So with that being said, thank you so much, and on with the video. So first off, Disney's Animal Kingdom opened in 1998 on Earth Day, April 22nd, and that is an iconic day for the Earth and planet, and nature and the environment and things like that. So it seems fitting that Animal Kingdom, based around the world and animals and things like that, should open on a day like that. Disney, they began planning a new park shortly after the opening of MGM Studios, or Hollywood Studios, back in 1989. And Animal Kingdom was the idea of Imagineer Joe Rohde, who we all know and love, has just recently worked on Pandora World of Avatar, and he had previously designed the Adventurers Club at Pleasure Island, back at Downtown Disney, when it was called Downtown Disney. When presenting the idea of the new animal theme park, Rohde brought in a 400-pound Bengal tiger into the meeting with Disney CEO at the time, Michael Eisner, and originally slated and referred to as Disney's Wild Animal Kingdom, Disney announced plans for the construction of the park in 1995 at an estimated cost of around $600 to $800 million. And to design the theme park, Disney Imagineers, including Joe Rohde himself, travelled to Africa and Asia to study the landscapes and the wildlife. So by 95, it was costing them that much. They went out that year, and by July 1996, construction was underway on the animal holding facilities, as well as the installation of the trees, shrubs, and the grass to shape the park's Africa savanna-inspired landscape. Disney Imagineers collected seeds from 37 countries to be used for the plants and grasses in the park. The landscaping efforts included spreading 4 million cubic yards of dirt, planting 40,000 mature trees, a mix of real savanna species and artificial baobab trees, and constructing 60 miles of underground utilities, waterways, and structures that were to be built by over 2,600 construction workers. Now, many buildings contained thatched roofs assembled by Zulu workers from South Africa. Approximately 1,500 hand-painted wooden horses were crafted in Bali under Disney supervision, and many details of the park were designed to look aged, such as creating potholes in the safari roads, and peppering the boat with dents and rust. So, you know, Disney with their designs and putting everything in place with their, you know, detail and things like that. It wouldn't be a Disney theme park without the detailing. We all know that. Most of the park's animals were acquired by the fall of '97, in which they were held a rented holding facility in North Florida for quarantine and observation. Disney hired staff from 69 zoos around the United States to care for the animals. Now, that is mad, that is major. 69 zoos from around the world. It doesn't say how many people, I'm not too sure on the amount of people that actually cared for it, but 69 zoos, I'm assuming there would be at least 5-10 people from each zoo. So that is a lot of people looking after a lot of animals. And obviously we know that Disney do take care of the animals and things, and, you know, rightly so. It's very important for them to, you know, keep healthy and secure and safe in their new place at the time. The grand opening of the park was preceded by a 2-hour ABC primetime special about the making of the Animal Kingdom as part of its The Wonderful World of Disney anthology series. Disney CEO Michael Eisner and Vice Chairman Roy Disney hosted an opening day party with 14,000 corporate partners, travel agents and media figures, which included celebrities such as Michael J. Fox, Drew Carey, Stevie Wonder, David Copperfield and Jane Goodall. Broadcasts of Good Morning America Today and Live with Regis and Kathy Lee aired live from the park on April 22nd, 1998, and its first day open to visitors. Now, as part of a promotional tie-in, ABC filmed in an episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch at Animal Kingdom prior to the opening of the park. The episode, named Disney World, aired 2 days after the park's opening. I didn't know that. I was very intrigued to read that the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I used to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch all the time, and, you know, that is pretty darn cool. So I might have to go back and watch that episode and just be like, yeah, I know the history of that now. And of course, in 2011, Disney announced a major expansion to the park, and this was the last thing that got announced. This is the most recent thing that got announced. There wasn't anything before that, because Animal Kingdom was one of those things that were finished by the time it was open. Well, not finished, but more or less complete by the time it was open. And they announced a major expansion to the park, Pandora, the World of Avatar, a joint venture with director James Cameron and his production company, Lightstorm Entertainment, with the intention of transforming Animal Kingdom into a full-day operation with added attraction capacity and nighttime experiences. And construction began on the area on January the 10th, 2014, and the land opened to the public on May the 27th, 2017. So, 2014 was when it announced. It took a good few years to get that sorted, and that is really, really cool. It is really, really cool. There are 5 themed areas. I'm sure you all know them. Discovery Island, Pandora, the World of Avatar, Africa, Asia, and Disney Dino Land USA. Now, there is a Discovery Island as well. That is located at the centre of the park, and it serves as the central hub for Animal Kingdom, connecting the other section of the parks by bridges, with the exception of Rafiki's Planet Watch, which you can get to by train, which, please let me know down in the comments what is happening with Rafiki's Planet Watch. I am not sure. I've heard many things. I've heard that it's changing to a Zootopia, that it's closing down, that it's just being temporarily shut to be updated. I've heard many rumours. I'm not too sure. So if you know, please let me know down in the comments. I'd like to know what is happening with it. I'd like to keep on it. I'm trying to find out as much as possible. But as much as I can, I don't know what I'm doing with it. I don't know where it's going or what's happening with it. Okay, so as we all know, the park's sculpted man-made baobab tree is located in this section. It's surrounded by trails and animal enclosures. That is where the main hub of like all the animals and the information of the animals is. And when I went to Animal Kingdom, it was so cool to see. I loved it. It was so cool. I love walking around and seeing all of these animals, and it was just nice. And it was like going to a zoo. I love going to the zoo, and just so good to see. And it was so nice to be there. It was such a nice experience. It really was. It's one of the quieter parks. You can go back, you can sit there, you can go and relax, I feel, especially when you're around this area, and you can go and just sit back, relax, and just take in the wonders of the world. I think that's what Walt would have wanted for this park. The baobab tree is located in this section. It's surrounded by trails and animal enclosures. Inside the Tree of Life, it's Tough to Be a Bug, which is a 3D film inspired by, of course, A Bug's Life. So let's move on to the areas. We have Africa, and Africa is one of the original areas of the park. It's set in the fictional East African port village of Harambe. It contains several animal exhibits. Duplicated by Disney Imagineers. It's a fortress that was found in Zanzibar, and a water-stained crumbling old building that was found in Kenya. Harambe includes a hotel with restaurants, an outdoor bar that has live entertainment, and different marketplaces. It's home to Kilimanjaro Safaris, which is a great ride. And you can go see all of the great animals, and it's really nice. I really like it. We got Rafiki's Planet Watch next, and that is the only section of the park that is not connected to Discovery Island, connected only to an Africa, and you have to, of course, board the Wildlife Express train, and I really liked it. It was really cool to go see that. It was nice, and it was cool. Again, it's one of those faraway things where you get to go see, and it's so nice, and it's just peaceful. Coming along next, we have Asia, which was the first expansion added to Disney's Animal Kingdom, first opened in 1999, so just a year after it opened. The area is set in the fictional kingdom of Annadapa, which means Plate of Many Delights in Sanskrit, which evokes from the traits of Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Mongolia, Nepal, and Thailand. According to Disney history, I've just said it right and I can't say it now. Annadapa was established as a royal hunting preserve in 1544, and it comprised of two villages, a riverside village, also called Annadapa, and Surkazong, meaning Fortress of the Chasm, which is set in the foothills of the Himalayas. And of course, we have Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. We have Kali River Rapids, which is there. We have the Maharaja Jungle Trek. We have all the different animals. We have bantangs, bar-headed geese, Sumatran tigers, black bucks, Eads deer, gibbons, large flying foxes, Komodo dragons, and over 50 bird species. This is also home to Up, a Great Bird Adventure, where Russell from Up and talks about all these different animals and things with cast members. And of course, I'm pretty sure this is where the Kevin meet and greet is now. Are you just walking around this area? And in between Asia and Dinoland USA, on the banks of the park's Discovery River, is the Rivers of Light, which is a nighttime show featuring mist screens, water fountains, floating lanterns, music, and lighting. And obviously, because we are in Animal Kingdom and it is the furthest away from the rest of the parks, because they don't want to disrupt the animals with all the fireworks and the loud noises, so they don't use any fireworks or any loud noises for their nighttime show to disrupt the animals. They don't want that. Moving on to Dinoland USA is a theme around dinosaurs and prehistoric life. Now, when I went to Animal Kingdom, everything was actually like closed for renovation. I didn't get to go on Dinosaur. I didn't get to go on the Primeval World. I didn't get to really go on anything. it was it was a bit of a it was a bit unfair, really. I wanted to go and explore it because I've heard good things about it, but fortunately I couldn't get to go. So next time I go, I will be trying to get on there and get some footage or what have you. Obviously for the channel and stuff. But this is also home to Theatre in the Wild, which hosts the Finding Nemo the musical, a live-action musical stage show based on the story of the 2003 Disney Pixar film Finding Nemo. So we are now going to look at the former and unbuilt areas. So the former was Camp Mini Mickey. That was a themed rustic summer camp, and that was built as a placeholder on location where Beastly Kingdom was intended to be built. Now, Beastly Kingdom, we're going to look at this in just a moment. I'm sure if you are a big Disney fan, you know of Beastly Kingdom, but I will just read it through for you in case you are not too sure on it. I really hope this comes true, but we will look at that in a second. And it served as a meet and greet for Disney characters including Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Coda and Thumper. The area's main attraction was a festival of the Lion King, a live stage show featuring acrobatics and musical performance inspired by the Lion King. It currently plays in Africa's Harambe Theatre. Pocahontas and Her Forest Friends, based on a 1995 animated film, was a live stage show that ran from April 22nd, 1998 to September 27th, 2008. The area closed on January 5th, 2014 and was replaced by Pandora, the World of Avatar. Now, when I went there in 2011. I'm pretty sure I just walked through it because I didn't even think it was an area. I just thought it was just a simple thing because there wasn't anything round at the time when I went. So I didn't actually see anything. So I think it was just an empty area, and I didn't know. And obviously I didn't know about the things. I was only young. I was like 16, but I didn't hear anything of the Festival of Lion King. I didn't know that was there at the time, so I think I just must have walked past everything. So yeah, it's now been replaced by Pandora, so it must have been a large area. So I must have, unless I just walked through a little bit of it, I don't know. But anyhow, moving on to Beastly Kingdom. Now, when conceived in Joe Rohde's mind, Disney's Animal Kingdom was to focus on three broad classifications of animals: those that don't exist in today's reality, those that did exist but are now extinct, for example dinosaurs, and those that only exist in the realm of fantasy. The original design for Animal Kingdom included a themed section called the Beastly Kingdom, devoted to creatures of legend and mythology. Camp Mini Mickey was built instead of Beastly Kingdom and was meant to serve as a temporary placeholder until Beastly Kingdom could be built. Now, Beastly Kingdom was to feature mythical creatures, mythical animals such as unicorns, dragons and sea monsters, featuring realms of both good and evil creatures. The evil side was to be dominated by Dragon Tower, a ruined castle home to a greedy, fire-breathing dragon who hoarded a fabulous treasure in the tower chamber. The castle was also to be inhabited by bats who planned to rob the dragon of his riches, and they were to enlist the guests' help in their scheme and whisk them off on a thrilling suspended rollercoaster ride through the castle ruins. The climax of the ride was to encounter with the evil dragon himself, resulting in a nearly barbecued train of guests. Now, I also heard that Beastly Kingdom was supposed to be home to villains as well. Maleficent, obviously in a dragon form. I'm not sure if that is the dragon that they are talking about here, but again, it's just speculation and rumours, and obviously, you know, who knows, it could happen in the future, it could be another gate, it could not be, we don't know. But moving on, the good side was to be home to Quest of the Unicorn, which was an adventure that sent guests through a maze of medieval mythological creatures to seek the hidden grotto where the unicorn lives. Finally, in the Fantasia Gardens attraction was to be a musical boat ride through animal scenes from Disney's animated classic Fantasia. The ride was to feature both the crocodiles and hippos from Dance of the Hours and Pegasus, Fords and Centaurs from Beethoven's Pastoral. Now, that would have been cool to see, obviously. So, In 2000, Walt Disney Imagineer Joe Rhodes said, "We had a vision and now it's become a placeholder. We have all kinds of ideas and not all of them fit with the theme of Beastly Kingdom. I'm not even convinced there will be a Beastly Kingdom." So Joe Rhodes himself did say that there possibly won't be a Beastly Kingdom, but who knows, in the future he could change his mind. That was like, what, 19 years ago now? So who knows, it's a possibility, it could happen, we don't know. Let's see in the future, let's keep our fingers crossed, Disney fans. And obviously we have all of, you know, of our Beastly Kingdom. It is a very interesting theme, but the way the Animal Kingdom has become, I don't think it would fit there at the moment anymore. I think if they were to do it, I think it'd be better to have it as either a new gate or have it as a seasonal, like a seasonal skid where they change some of the rides around in one of the parks. But for Animal Kingdom, I don't think it really will work. But that is pretty much everything that I have got for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. As you know, I love searching all this kind of stuff. I love researching it. I love bringing it out to you guys. I love editing it, and I'll have that. So thank you very much for watching and or listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already by pressing that big shiny red button and join the Zack Pack today, and press that little ding-a-ling bell so you can stay up to date with all new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. And if you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Please comment down below if you know anything of what is happening to whatever I said in the video. I don't know. Oh, do you enjoy going to Animal Kingdom? I haven't been for a long time, so obviously the changes are massive. But I'm hoping to go, obviously. Hoping to see it, hoping to do it. Go and explore it, and, you know, bring more up-to-date stuff with it. But that is all I got time for in this video, so thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, ladies and gentlemen, stay classy, Zack Pack.